Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la.
I read a lot of scary Christmas stories, and they're usually from the perspective of the person who is shopping. However, my scariest experience happened when I was working at a bookstore. About 2 months after I was promoted from bookseller to assistant manager, we were hit by the Christmas rush. By the end of the night, everyone was so wiped out, counting all the receipts from the drawers. On the nights that I was closing, I let the workers go as soon as they were done. There was no reason to make them stick around and be tired while I was finishing up my work. After I let everyone go, I went back in the office to do my work. After a while, I heard the doorbell ring. We had security cameras, but there wasn't one pointed at the door, so I had to go to the front door and see who it was. There was a guy there, and he was dressed in dark clothes and had his hood up. I asked him how I can help him, of course, watching him through the door.
Hey dude, I left my wallet in the store. Can you open the door and let me come in and get it?
I asked him where he thought he left it and that I would look for it for him. He didn't like that idea very much and told me he wasn't sure. He had been shopping through the entire store and would have to look for it. I asked him if he had bought anything and he told me yes, which meant he had to have his wallet on him at that point. I pointed that out to him and he seemed taken back by it. I told him he didn't get anything turned in, but I could take his information down and get back to him if we find anything. The man began getting angry, telling me that he needed his wallet tonight and he couldn't wait for me to look for it.
Look man, I need my wallet tonight and I can't wait for you to look for it. I really have to go home, it's late.
He kept insisting that I let him in so he could look for it.
Come on dude, just let me in man. It's gonna be quick. I'll find my wallet and be out of your hair in no time. Come on dude, I need my wallet for tonight. I want to get home.
When I told him that there was no way I was letting him in the store this late and while I was all alone, he began getting visibly angry. He told me that if I didn't let him in the place right away, he would call the police and tell them I stole his wallet. He even got his cell phone out of his pocket and acted like he was going to call.
Listen dude, if you don't let me in, I'm gonna call the police right now and tell them you stole my wallet.
At that point, I had enough. I told the guy the best I could do for him is take his information and call him if anything was found. I then told him that if this wasn't good enough, then there wasn't anything at all I could do for him. He got really angry and began swearing at me. He grabbed the door and began shaking it, demanding that I open it.
Come on dude, open the door. Dude, open the door right now or I'll kick your ass. Dude, I'm getting pissed. Open the door right now.
I told him I was going to walk over to the customer service desk and call the police. I wasn't willing to cooperate anymore. I'm gonna walk over to the customer service desk and call the police if you're not gone in 15 seconds. As I made my way over there, I noticed the guy take off down the street. I thought that was gonna be the end of him, and I figured that I didn't really need to bother the police for this. I went back to my work and tried my best to get it done so I could go home and finally get some rest. It took me about 2 hours to honestly finish all my work. I hadn't heard the doorbell ring and pretty much figured that I wouldn't be seeing that guy again. However, when I walked over to the front door, I did look around to see if anyone was in the parking lot before I went outside. After looking around for a while, I got out of the door, locked it, and walked to my car. I froze when I was maybe within a couple feet away from my car. There was someone in the back seat of my car. I think it was him. He was hiding, down on the back seat with his hood over his head. I knew exactly who it had to be. He must have seen me get out the door and ducked. I did the only thing I could think of. I turned and ran at full speed back to the door. I didn't look back around until I had made it to the front door, and yeah, he was coming at me. I unlocked the door and shut it behind me. I made it to the door right before I could lock it, so I had to do my best to hold it closed while he was trying to open it. As I was fighting with the man, he started screaming all sorts of obscenities at me, telling me he was going to kill me.
I'm gonna f***ing kill you. Open the door, dude. Open the door. I am gonna kill you right here. I am not afraid. Open the f***ing door, dude. Your life's not worth it.
As the door opened outward, I quickly pushed it toward him. It knocked him straight to the ground, and before he can realize what happened, I was able to get the door closed and locked. I immediately called the police.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, quick, send someone over. I'm at... There's some guy trying to break in, and he's saying that he wants to kill me, so please send the cop over as soon as you can.
Okay, calm down. I have an officer on the way.
The guy left after the door was locked, but the police was able to get here pretty quickly and they found him. That was the last time I ever saw him, and I hope I never see him again.